Hello everybody, it's Ken Faulkner. It's time to do another knife video. Not just a knife video, knives. Lots of knives. You're probably thinking the same thing that my girlfriend just said to me. Oh boy, this is going to be a long one. And it may be true, but that's not the idea. Let me explain. Let me try to explain the way my mind works. If you've been with me for a while, this may be somewhat familiar because I get into these things where I'm doing things in numbers. Um, what I wanted to do, and I've been talking about this for a bit, so you may be familiar with it, is I wanted to pick out some knives to carry so that I can kind of compare carrying smaller knives versus carrying bigger knives. This all came out of Blade Show. I mean, I've always had smaller knives. I mean, it's not always big knives, but you can see, maybe it's just because they're bigger, but there seems to be a lot more big knives than there are small knives. But it may be because, yeah, they take up more room. In any case, I gathered a bunch. I don't know why I did that because now I have to put them all back when I'm done, except for the ones I pick out. So the plan is to carry one knife a day for 7 days, starting with the small ones for a week and then the big ones for a week. It's kind of arbitrary, but it kind of makes sense because I'm more used to carrying bigger knives. So I gotta kind of weed this down. So I just kind of went through all my storage cases and grabbed out. I might not have got all the ones that I would have wanted to get, but I just grabbed some that seemed good, and that way I can put it on a video, and hopefully you guys don't mind going through these and dealing with my process here. So yeah, we'll start with the small ones. I think I want to definitely do the RR Express because that one is a new one, and I'm really excited about it. And yeah, I think that would be a good one. I'm gonna get a mix of new and older ones. I think this guy is just two. This is like a little Massillon thing with a number. It doesn't even have a pocket clip, but it's just too dang small. I think I got it because it was like M390 in titanium. And back when I got it, I didn't have anything like that in my collection. Obviously, it was less expensive because it's such a small piece of, metals. Such a small little thing. It's kind of like for fun, Frag pattern was cool. So we're going to eliminate that guy. I haven't really... So we got a front flipper. So that's good. We want to kind of maybe come up with some other different ones. Some of these are kind of big for a small knife. I think that the shark cut might be a little bit too big. Why don't we eliminate that one? Although I'm kind of like tempted to use this Asher. I can't remember the name of it off the top of my head. But it is kind of big. We'll think about that one for a minute. The Burnley here, the Burnley design, the squid. It's actually a pretty cool knife for such a little knife. But is it too little? I'll think about it. My little Otto here from Boker, the Vox design. I forget what it's called. A lot of these I'm going to forget the name of, but if they get selected, we're definitely going to identify them all, and we're going to be going through them. But, this is small just because it's California legal for an auto. So I don't know if I want to do that one. I think this one is definitely this. I think it's the Odium, if I'm correct on that one. I think this is a good one, a good size. How's that compared to the RR Express? Yeah, it's a little smaller. And I've said it before, small knives doesn't necessarily equate to what other people would consider small knives. It's just more what I would consider. Like when this is that little customized one from Tempest Knives. Which one is that? The something about raining. I know he had a scale with some rain on it or something like that. I can't remember the name of it off the top of my head. Anyway, I was not going to get this one. I kind of decided not to because I felt like it was too small. But for this category, yeah, maybe it's a little bit too big. But I did get it because of the custom scales over at Blade Show. Was it last year? Maybe last year. Yeah, I'm going to put that one to the side. This one's definitely a small one. This one's definitely a small one. I like that one. This is, I think I'm going to throw in the CRKT. It doesn't have the greatest action, but I just love that blade shape. And if you get that wrist going, it's got crazy lanyard on it. It just kind of like is different than what I usually carry. It's got like a late D10 on the close. It's like right, where did I feel it? Right there. It's pretty far along. So the action's not great on this one, but I really like that blade shape. I'm gonna put this over here for now. I thought this would be a good one. The Leek. Such a great knife, really. Not exactly small. It's almost like I'm defying myself by getting some. It's longer, but it is thin. And I mean that's part of that whole knife thing is that smaller knives can be thin rather than this way, rather than being short necessarily. So it's not really all about being short. It's about being smaller. Like in the pocket, it's definitely smaller. I think I'm going to throw that over there. We're moving through this pretty fast so far. I may regret it later, possibly. I was thinking about the Kestrel because it's a new one, but I think I'm going to say that's maybe a little bit big for that category. You can think that I'm completely wrong on some of my thoughts, but if you were here, we could all just sit around and discuss it. That'd be fun. I remember one of the favorite times I had at a blade show was after my first blade show in Utah, Blade Show West, and we were all hanging out. Vu Pham, he put it together. It was a Kaiser thing, and he brought this big old knife roll, and we were just all sitting around just talking about knives. It was like knife heaven. It's like a knife hangout, and it was so cool. Really enjoyed that. I wish we could all be here. This is definitely a small, even though it's not short, but it's definitely a small knife. I think it's the Shark. I think that's what it's called. Some of the things about these smaller knives is the action on a lot of them. Because the blades are so light, they don't swing out as easily as other ones. But I think I'm going to throw this one into the mix. We're already up to 5. Maybe I'll switch things out if I get to the end here and I just decide I can't live without something. I threw in the Rat 1 because I've carried this to job sites in places where you can only have 3-inch or under blades, but I think that's still fairly large. I don't think that's going to make the cut. The Devo, this one, it feels like these are kind of similar designs. So since I already picked this, it feels like the RR Express is a little bit lighter, and a little bit more, less tall. So I think we're going to stick with the RR Express on that one and put the Devo Lush to the side. It's not about favorites, guys. It's just about something being an example of the size. And the big knife. It's kind of big though. It's got good action. Small knives don't necessarily have bad action. That's for sure. CRKT CEO. It has a purpose, I understand, but this particular version, I think there's the flipper one, and I think that is going to be so much better. But this one, I have so much trouble with this one thumb stud. I'm just not a fan of the one thumb stud thing, for one thing. I got it for shirt pocket carry back when I was first kind of picking out things that I can carry at work. And it served that purpose, but wow, it's got a late lockup too. Yeah, I'm putting that guy to the side. The big knife. Okay, we need 2 more. God, I love this pinion, but it is also a front flipper. It's a very cool knife. Pretty good action. I wonder if these guys are both CRKT. Maybe I just stick with the squid and put the Pilar back. I don't know. I'm having a hard time here getting it towards the end. We're back to 5 again. I just switched one out. The Feist is always great. I mean, this one snaps out so well. This is the, which one is this one? The Centurion. I love this knife. It's such a cool shape. I love that arc over the top. It's always been a favorite of mine. But is it small enough? It's definitely a front flipper. Okay, I think I'm going to go with this guy here. Vox something. Yeah, I'm gonna throw that in just to have an auto in there. Just kind of have a representation. Okay, we only need to get one more. So what's it gonna be? What's it gonna be? So hard. I kind of wanted, I haven't carried this one as much as I'd like to, but it's about small knives. So I think I'm gonna go with a Pena. I mean, because it's like the Feist or the Pena. Such a nice knife. Definitely the higher cost one. I think that's the reason I got to pick this one. Is it is a more of a premium knife, and I don't have a lot of premium small knives. Obviously, these two are definitely in that category. Okay, that's going to be it, guys. So that's it. We'll get these guys out to the side. Forget what this one's called. Something about the Vox. You may be familiar. I'll definitely be talking about it in videos and giving the actual name. The Squid, I remember. One of the early knives I bought. It's kind of cool to have that one in there. And this is I believe it's the Shark. I'll correct myself if I'm wrong. From Artisan Cutlery. Very gent-like. So, since I turned down the CEO, got that to represent the gent. And this is just a cool knife. I mean, it is assisted. It is the Leak from Kershaw. USA made. Is that the only USA made one on the table? Maybe. Well, there we go. Representing the USA with one of the knives. RR Station, that was made by Bestech, so that's Chinese made. But designed by a company in the US, so that's kind of cool. And then, of course, we know Civivi. Always good action. We got a little Damascus going on here. Kind of a mix, We got some carbon fiber. We got some wood handles. We got an auto. Guys, this is all steel construction. It's kind of a crazy knife. This one's got an inlay of carbon fiber. This one's all like stainless, I believe. I can't remember what the blade steel is. Can't get too deep in the weeds here because otherwise it will be a long video. Okay, and the last one is the Pena, which I think is M390, if I remember correctly. It's from their X series. Yeah, M390. I can't remember the name of that one as well. I should remember all the names. Okay, so seven there. Okay, the big ones. So let's get in here a little closer. All these are so cool. Do I really want like a huge? I think this one's just too big. The Frenzy. I mean, it's just a little bit on that too big side. So I'm gonna throw that onto the side. Let's go up there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay. Another CRKT. Big one. Very thick this way. Not the best action. I mean, it just is CRKT. So, I mean, I don't really have some of their, maybe their more recent ones are better. But some of their older ones, just the action is not exceptional. Got little serrations on there. So probably not that. I might go with the 4-max for a really big guy. So I think I'm going to go with that because that is a monster. Back lock. Big monster. I didn't get out the 8010. I guess I just passed it up when I was going through. We got the XL, the Goblin XL. That's a big guy. That's a possibility. Get this guy out. I think we're putting this guy to the side. Getting somewhere. This is a Masarin or Sanrinmu. That's it. Sanrinmu. I always thought that was kind of large, but it's not really looking large in this crowd. You know what is a really big knife is the Amphibian. That thing is, I mean, even compared to the 4-max, I mean, it's not as long, but look at the blade. The blade is as long. The handle, no, not so much. But it's just, you got so much extra handle than you need on this thing. Yeah. Okay, I think the Amphibian's making the cut. Not sure about this guy. This is a Effengro. That is a beast. These guys are in consideration. I think I need to do the this is the, boy, it's really testing my memory. Odin Spear. What's the name of Odin Spear? Someone's screaming it out at me. Yeah, I like that one. That one's got to go. That's got to go. So we have 3 definitely. I think this guy, even though it is a pretty decent sized knife, the Atlas, and a really cool knife, I think that's going to be to the side. There is the Proponent, but it's just freaking heavy. I mean, I have carried it, but I'm going to be carrying several days to work. I think since I got the 4-max for the monster knife, I think I'm going to put the Proponent to the side. It's a brute. This is definitely a possibility. That's a big knife. I think that's a good one to throw in there. Get a little cleaver action. Not the biggest fan of cleavers, but I do love this one, and it carries well in the pocket. It really does. It's surprising how well this Sheep's Foot XL from Kaiser, how well that carries. So I think that'll be a good choice. We're up to 4 now. I wish they had other deployment than the flipper. You know, they have the ones with the holes. I don't know if the XL comes with the holes, but I think this guy's not really. Neither of these two are really large. I mean, they're definitely full size knives. So yeah, obviously that's the Route 1, and this is the Emerson that I just got. I forget what it's called, the Skinner something. Skinner. I think those are going to go to the side. We need 3 more. This is a fun one. I could definitely put this in this category. I might need to pick from one of those. Do I want the Megatherium? The Megatherium. It is a big knife. It's almost in the same category with these guys. I think this guy will be fun. This is the Off-Grid Stinger XL. I think that's a fun one. I'm going to throw that one in. And I'll take that one instead of this one, which is the another XL from Off-Grid. I can't remember the name of it off the top of my head. It's getting late Sunday night. This one's going to come out late. You may not see it until Monday, but I'm going to go ahead. Ooh, gosh. I like that knife. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. These 6 and 1 from this group. Oh my goodness. Okay, Effengro's out. Oh boy. This is like being at Blade Show when you're trying to decide which one to buy. And you got them all in front of you and you're like opening them and closing them. and feeling it in your hand, how it feels. That is what it's like. If you haven't been there, I think if you've been there, you probably know exactly what I'm talking about. This one is maybe this one. Let's try it, and then with one last one. This was a little odd in the handle shape, the way the hand kind of comes up into here and then it drops down. I mean, it is a great knife, the Megatherium. But I think it's going to be the mini Paragon. It's kind of ironic, right? As one of the large knives, we have a mini. We have XLs and XLs and XLs. But this is the only mini in the large select. So that's it. That's going to be it. All right, guys. The decision has been made. Thank you for following along with my crazy little... So, yeah, 4 small ones. Or so 4, 7. Oh, it's been a long day. And 7 large ones. Should weigh them and see what the weight difference is for 7 versus 7. It's crazy. All right, guys, that's it. 21 minutes. That's not too bad. So I'll be talking about this during the week. Hopefully, I'll have some other stuff. I know I got a knife that just came in today that I'll probably show, and then I'll probably talk about the one I carry just briefly in a video. It won't be that big, and then we'll wrap it up at the end of the week, at the end of the small knife week, and then the end of the big knife week, and talk about it. But you know, it's just gonna be kind of like in the background as we got other things going. I got another knife coming in. It's supposed to be Thursday, but you know how it goes. Could be Wednesday, could be Friday, could be 3 weeks from now. You know, these things coming in the mail. Of course, that's FedEx. I think that might be a little bit more likely to be on time. All right, guys, can you see them? Are they all in the frame? There it is. Zoom in a little bit here. That's the knives. Sorry if I can't remember all the names, but we will definitely... I know this is the Wolf, for sure. Odin Spear. Okay, I can't believe I can't remember it. I can't even remember the company. But yes, I can figure it all out. Don't worry, we will have all the names, and you probably know it, and they're screaming them at me and all that good stuff. So anyway, that's it. Wrapping it up. Late night video, late-ish. I mean, this is West Coast, so you guys on the East Coast, it's definitely late. So I hope you guys had a good weekend. I hope your week starting out is going to be a good one. Hopefully, I'm going to enjoy carrying these little guys. We'll see. Maybe I'll be sorry I ever did this. Hopefully, it's most important thing, right? Said it before, I'll say it again. The most important thing is having a good time, having a fun time, and knives are fun. So let's enjoy them. All right, guys, that's it. I'll see you on the next one. Bye.